What would you do if the person you trusted most betrayed you in the cruelest way, only to find yourself holding the power to turn their victory into your own? My name is Lena Carter, and this is the story of how I lost everything me love, my dignity, my future, and then took it all back in a single, electrifying moment watched by millions. It's a story of heartbreak, revenge, and the kind of redemption that leaves scars but sets you free. 2 years ago, I was a small-town girl with big dreams, working as a production assistant at a local TV station in Charlotte. I wasn't glamorous, but I was happy. I had Ethan, my high school sweetheart, who made every day feel like a warm summer evening. We'd talk about our future marriage, a little house, maybe a dog while I hustled behind the scenes at Channel 7, fetching coffee and organizing scripts for the anchors. Ethan was my rock, always there with a smile when I came home exhausted. Until she came along. Her name was Vanessa Ray, the station's new star anchor. She was everything I wasn't. Polished, magnetic, with a smile that could sell toothpaste to a shark. She breezed into Charlotte like she owned it, her heels clicking with purpose, her laugh a melody that made everyone turn. I admired her at first. She was the kind of woman I wanted to be, confident, untouchable. I didn't see the cracks in my world until it was too late. It started with small things. Ethan, who worked as a freelance cameraman, began mentioning Vanessa in passing. "She's nice to the crew," he'd say, or, "She's got this crazy energy on set." I didn't think much of it. Why would I? He was mine, and I was his. But then the late-night texts started. I'd catch him smiling at his phone, his thumbs typing faster than they ever did for me. When I asked, he'd brush it off. "Just work stuff," he'd say, but his eyes wouldn't meet mine. My gut screamed that something was wrong, but love makes you blind, doesn't it? The truth hit me like a freight train 6 months later. I was at the station, organizing props for a live segment, when I overheard 2 producers gossiping. "Did you see Ethan and Vanessa at the gala last night?" They weren't even hiding it. My heart stopped. I confronted Ethan that night, my voice shaking, my hands clutching the edge of the kitchen counter. He didn't deny it. He just looked at me, his face a mix of guilt and defiance, and said, "Lena, I'm sorry, but I love her." Those words gutted me. Vanessa, the woman I'd looked up to, had stolen the one person I thought was forever. And she didn't even blink. I could have crumbled. I could have quit my job, left town, and let the pain swallow me. But something inside me snapped instead. If Vanessa wanted to play dirty, I'd show her I could play dirtier. I wasn't going to let her waltz away with my life while I faded into the background. I had one advantage, I knew the inner workings of Channel 7 like the back of my hand. Every schedule, every script, every moment of airtime was at my fingertips. And Vanessa, for all her charm, had made enemies. That's where my plan began. Enter Marcus, the station's sound technician and my unexpected ally. Marcus was a quiet guy, always tinkering with equipment, unnoticed by the spotlight chasers like Vanessa. But he saw everything. One day, while I was crying in the break room, he sat down across from me, his eyes kind but sharp. "She's not invincible, you know," he said. "Vanessa's got secrets too." He told me about her habit of cutting corners, skipping rehearsals, fudging her research, even bribing a producer to get prime segments. The opportunity came when Channel 7 was chosen to host the National Talent Awards, a live broadcast watched by millions. Vanessa was set to co-anchor, her biggest break yet, a chance to shine on a national stage. I'd been assigned to manage the teleprompter and backstage cues, a grunt job that kept me invisible. But invisibility was my weapon. Marcus and I spent weeks planning. We didn't want to just embarrass Vanessa, wanted to expose her, to show the world who she really was. And I wanted her to know it was me. The night of the broadcast, the studio buzzed with energy. Celebrities filled the front rows, cameras swept the stage, and Vanessa stood under the lights, radiant in a sapphire gown. I watched from the control booth, my heart pounding, my fingers trembling over the teleprompter controls. Marcus was at the soundboard, ready to execute his part. The plan was simple but devastating. During Vanessa's big momenta heartfelt speech about authenticity in media, we'd replace her teleprompter script with a list of her misdeeds, recorded by Marcus and verified by station logs. Her lies, her bribes, her betrayal of colleagues, it would all be there, in her own voice, broadcast live to the nation. But then came the twist I didn't see coming. Just before the segment, Ethan appeared backstage. I hadn't seen him in months, and the sight of him still handsome, still carrying that easy charm hit me like a punch. He approached me, his voice low. "Lena, don't do this. I know you're planning something," Vanessa told me. My blood ran cold. Vanessa had known? How? Ethan's eyes pleaded. "She's not perfect, but she doesn't deserve this. I'm begging you, let it go." For a moment, I wavered. The boy I'd loved for years was standing there, asking me to spare the woman who'd torn us apart. Part of me wanted to listen, to believe he still cared about me. But then I remembered the nights I'd cried myself to sleep, the way Vanessa had smiled at me the day after Ethan left, like she already won. I looked at Ethan and saw not love, but weakness. "You made your choice," I told him. "Now I'm making mine." I gave Marcus the signal. As Vanessa began her speech, her voice smooth and practiced, the teleprompter flickered. Her eyes widened as the words changed. "I bribed producers for airtime," she read, her voice faltering. "I fabricated stories to boost ratings." The audience gasped. The cameras zoomed in. Vanessa tried to laugh it off, but Marcus's audio kicked in, a recording of her admitting to it all, her voice unmistakable. The studio erupted in chaos. Producers scrambled, but it was too late. The nation was watching. I stepped out from the booth, my heart racing but my head high. Vanessa's eyes locked onto mine from the stage, and for the first time, I saw fear in them. I didn't need to say a word. She knew. The broadcast cut to commercial, but the damage was done. Social media exploded, and Vanessa's career crumbled overnight. She left Charlotte a week later, her name synonymous with scandal. But this isn't just a story of revenge. It's about what comes after. I thought exposing Vanessa would heal me, but it didn't erase the pain of losing Ethan or the betrayal I felt. It did, however, show me my own strength. I wasn't just the quiet girl in the background anymore. The station promoted me to associate producer, and Marcus and I became friends, bonded by our secret. Ethan tried to reach out once, but I didn't answer. He was part of a chapter I'd closed. Standing in that spotlight, even for a moment, I realized something. The world doesn't belong to the Vanessas, the ones who take without giving, who shine by dimming others. It belongs to those who fight, who fall, and who rise again. I hijacked her moment, yes, but more than that, I claimed my own. And that, I learned, is the truest kind of victory.